Hello everyone, Trapinks here, back with another video for you all, and today's first video was gonna be this video was gonna be a beginning of a mini series for the channel here, everybody. The best of the 2010s, everybody. So, for those of you who watch my update video, you should see this video coming. But everyone, as you all know, there are people been decide. There are people on YouTube been making the best of the 2010s decade there since we, recently concluded the 2010s there. Now we're in a new decade, the 2020 decade, everybody. I thought it would hurt to do my own version, everybody. So, I don't know, the exact order of the videos, everybody. For the next couple videos here on the channel, everyone, I will be releasing a mini series of, old versions of the best of the 2010s, everybody there. And as for what I'll be talking about, what I'll be split up into 5 different parts, everybody. The first part, which will be part 1, everybody, is going to be covering the best animated movies, everybody. And the second part will be live action one. And everyone, in case you're wondering why I decided to separate the movies, everybody, I thought it'd be more balanced, separate the animated movies and the live action movies there. So, we do animated movies first, then live action movies in the next part there. Then, the next 2 parts of that, everybody, will be covering television-related stuff, everyone, although, parts 3 and 4 will be covering cartoons and anime, everyone, because of television-related content, I prefer, animation-related content more than live-action. I still have seen a good number of live-action shows, everyone, for animation-related content there, that's just me, though, so, yeah, everyone, parts 3 and 4 will be, the best cartoons and best anime of the 2010s, everybody, and the final part will be the final part of the best of the 2010s, everybody, will be covering video games, everybody. So, and I might do one more. There might be a 6th part where we cover wrestling, everyone, although I'm not 100% sure on that one, everyone. But I do know for sure that those will be for the 5 parts I'll be doing. So, before I get to, how things are going to be going on here in the series, everybody, want to let y'all know that, this video will be uploaded here. This video will be uploaded not just on YouTube, but also on other platforms as well. This will be the first of the videos where I'll be, uploading my videos on multiple platforms from this point forward here. They upload on Facebook and Amino. Well, assuming if Amino, will allow, videos, for a pretty lengthy amount of time to be uploaded on their platform there. But nevertheless, in case any of you all are watching this on Facebook and Amino, hi everybody. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Everybody, all the other videos will be posted here for the platforms as well, and stuff like that. So, anyways, everyone, now time to get down to, how am I going to be breaking this down, everyone? I've seen people do, countdowns of, the best films, whatnot, best of different things from the past decade or what, but I thought, it'd be kind of tough doing, a countdown, from 10 to 1 there for me, everybody, so I say do things a little bit differently, everybody, but my format will be similar to, the YouTuber My Damn Toys, who is a, WWE, Mattel, it was a YouTuber that covers WWE action figures and stuff like that there. So if you all enjoy WWE related content, action figure related content, I do recommend you check out his channel there. I guess I'm kind of a minor plug here. I will be trying to do some action figure related videos for our channel as well very soon. We'll be trying to make some action figure related videos myself here as well. So make sure I'll stay tuned for that. So, kind of go over my collection stuff. So, and other things, so a minor plug for that there. But anyways, everyone, back to My Damn Toys there. He did a video talking about the best of the WWE Mattel action figures from the decade, everybody. He pretty much, and the format he had, everybody, was pretty much was going by each individual year and naming his opinion the overall best figure of that year, and then naming 2 honorable mentions there. So I decided to make I decided to make the format for the best of the 2010s, everybody. A simple format there where I'll be going over by each year everyone, and just kind of David, I felt like was the overall best in the film. Was the overall best out of that specific year everybody, and kind of named 2 runner-ups as well there. So one thing I will be doing differently compared to My Damn Toys, format there is I will be naming a couple of honorable mentions there, which are basically, most of the films that I didn't necessarily, that weren't released a mixture of films I did, that were not released this decade, but I had a chance to see it for the first time this decade nearby, and and the other part of what is about anime-related films, everybody, about anime films, which might annoy some of you out there. Don't get me wrong, right? I've seen a good number of anime films, everybody, but I don't know if I see enough to, kind of include them in the overall best animated movies of 2010s, everybody. Plus, I felt like the list could be a little bit clearer, if I try to integrate cartoons and anime-related films, everybody. So, also the honorable mentions, everybody, are, different anime films I've seen this past decade, although, make sure, films that were released this decade, and films that were not, when it comes to anime films, although, one of them is an honorable mention I didn't see until recently, like a couple of days ago. Everybody, I'll get to that when I go with the honorable mentions or ones. So, sorry, when I had a little something throat there. Still kind of recovering from being sick, stuff like that. So if I sound, if I am making some noise with the throat there, and sound, I do a little different tone of voice. You all know why, but nevertheless, I'm still doing a video for you all there. I'll make sure we go over mentions here in just a moment. And of course, over the last little thing I'll be bringing up here. These are just simply my opinions, everybody. So if I don't bring up a film that you really enjoyed this past decade there, don't get upset about it. There, I just enjoyed these films more than those other ones there, but it might just appears on probably the best films that were released in terms of animation this past decade, everybody. So don't get too upset if I don't mention a film that, in your opinion, was some of the best of the decade and stuff like that there. So, anyways, everyone, enough with that, everybody. Before we officially get into the, kind of list there, everybody, going by year there, for each individual year there for the past 20 tickets, everybody. Let me go over the honorable mentions real quick. Now in my notes here, and the first honorable mention, everybody, is the first animation film that Laika created, everybody, Coraline. As you all know, Coraline was released I believe it was released in theaters around February 2009 there. I didn't have a chance to see it in theaters there, but those of you who see my channel, I did a review for it back in the first Halloween / horror month there, which was, during when I did, reviews for, films that kind of had Halloween or horror-related elements to it, stuff like that there, I remember really enjoying Coraline there. It's up there as one of my favorite stop-motion animation films, everybody. So that was the first one I mentioned. So if you all haven't seen Coraline there, I highly recommend you all check it out there. The next one mention one is going to be Princess and the Frog, everyone. There's some people out there that kind of credit Princess and the Frog for starting up the new Renaissance era for Disney there, where they've been releasing bangers when it comes to animated films, everybody, and it's not hard to see why it's a really good film. Although I did not have the chance to see it, unfortunately, when it came out in theaters. Although I had a chance to see it around 2012, everybody. I believe it was there on Disney XD there. When I finally had a chance to see it there, I really enjoyed the film there. Enjoyed the storyline, the characters, the music, stuff like that there. Plus, it was the first 2D animated film that Disney released in a very long time there. Now, it's up to year whether if Disney will release another 2D animated film again, but still, nevertheless, Princess and the Frog is a really good film, everybody. I highly recommend you all check that out there, next I'll mention one now. Everyone, my memory is a little fuzzy on when exactly I see this film, but I don't remember if I seen it, whether until in the 2000s, everybody, or if it was sometime in the 2010s, everybody. But nevertheless, everybody, my next honorable mention is going to be Up. Everyone, Up's a really great movie. Everybody, they saw Pixar's best work there. They saw Pixar's best work there. Really enjoy, really engage the story there. Enjoyable characters. Mixture of funny, emotional moments there in the film. I recommend you all check out Up there if you all haven't seen it there. And now everyone, we're about to get into the anime related films, everybody. So everyone, the first one they are mentioned are the anime Evangelion movies. Everyone, or the first or 1.0 and 2.0. I haven't seen 3.0, 4.0 yet. But everyone was not aware about the Evangelion series until I watched these two films there. And for what I saw for the first two movies, I really enjoyed what I saw there. Really got to yeah. That was a great introduction to the Evangelion franchise for me, everybody. And the series, everyone. I've seen a couple episodes of the series. Everybody, it's been good so far. For what I've seen them. Although I am aware about the budget decrease that near the end of the anime. Everyone, for those of you who don't know, I haven't seen the original Evangelion anime. Everybody, apparently, Gainax, we're having financial issues with the anime and stuff like that there, and in the latter episodes of the anime, the animation really dropped down in quality, stuff like that there, so I haven't got that far in the anime, everybody, but, I have seen the anime, it's been good, and, I will not be introduced to the Evangelion franchise, worked for Evangelion 1.0, 2.0, and while I have enjoyed the episodes I've seen so far, I still prefer, the movies I've seen, Evangelion 1, 2.0 there. Well, that's just my personal opinion there. You all prefer the anime series, that's perfectly fine there. That's just my personal opinion, I haven't seen 3.0, 4.0 yet. Haven't heard too many good things about 3.0 there, and haven't heard really much reception about 4.0, but I'm gonna save that for I see the feels myself there. But nevertheless, I highly recommend you all check out Evangelion 1.0 and 2.0 there. Really good films there. So anyway, the next couple of our mentions everybody are gonna be Dragon Ball related, everybody. And for those of you who's been and long-time viewers of the channel, I've mentioned multiple videos where I've been a big fan of the Dragon Ball franchise, everybody, and I had to break up, the Dragon Ball movies that we got this past decade there so Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods, and Resurrection F there, the two films that help bring Dragon Ball back into the limelight, and people there, back into the limelight there, get people's attention there, the franchise, stuff like that there, The way you introduce them, get new generation fans into Dragon Ball there, my cousins, I remember showing my cousins Blaze and Brave Battle of Gods there, and they really enjoyed the movie, and that got them hooked on the fans of the Dragon Ball franchise, everybody, and, it was really cool for me to have share that with my, share that with my cousins there, share, what, one of my favorite franchises I enjoyed as a kid, share that with some of my family members, that really cool there, so Battle of Gods there and Resurrection F, have a bunch of places I had the opportunity to share that moment with my cousins there, and get them into Dragon Ball and stuff like that there, And everyone, the next lecture was the final Dragon Ball related film, everybody. Although I did not see this film until recently there, so like a couple days time ago, everybody. But what I heard from people there, it's arguably the best Dragon Ball movie ever made. Now, of course, I'm oh, sorry, when my ass reflex is my bad there, but I'm referring to Dragon Ball Super Broly 1, And when I first heard, Dragon Ball Super Broly being released in theaters, I've heard people saying, it was the best, arguably the best Dragon Ball movie ever made. It's not hard to see why. I mean, they did a fantastic job, with the story, the characters, and stuff like that there, And they did a really good. Kira Toriyama, the other people who worked on the film there did a great job. Megan Broly, who was a fan favorite character there, and made him part. And they did a really good job incorporating him into the main canon of Dragon Ball. There, I'm interested to see what will be going on next with the Dragon Ball franchise. There, after the Dragon Ball Super Broly there one. And if y'all haven't seen Dragon Ball Super Broly, I highly recommend y'all check it out there. So. The next film I have on my honorable mention is Summer Wars. Everybody, never seen Summer Wars. When one time I was watching 2W1, and I didn't really know what to expect from Summer Wars there, but for what I saw the advertisement there, it looked intriguing there, and I was pleasantly surprised by Summer Wars. Everybody, I really enjoyed the movie there. One of my favorite anime films of all time there, Summer Wars. However, y'all check it out there, if you get a chance to. It's a really great film. And the next one, everybody, is honorable mention. Next honorable mention, everybody, will be the anime Godzilla movie, everybody. Everyone, I'm a big fan of the Godzilla franchise there. The 2010 decade, one thing is probably going to be very memorable for me for 2010 decade. It was probably the decade when I really started getting into the Godzilla franchise there, and, sorry, my last reflexes are my bad, but around the beginning of the decade in 2010, everybody, I really started, in 2000, when I was a kid, everybody, I heard things about Godzilla, didn't really look into, much about Godzilla, the franchise there, but around 2010, beginning of the decade, everybody, I really started looking up more about the franchise there, more about all the different characters, the monsters, stuff like that there, I just checked out the movies there, and Godzilla, became... Now the Godzilla franchise there became one of my favorite movie franchises, period, there, And when Netflix did an anime Godzilla movie, everybody, I thought they did a really good job bringing Godzilla into the anime format there, and, really good film, everybody. I recommend you all check out the Godzilla anime movie on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's still available on Netflix, everybody, and from what I heard, I think they're going to be making a sequel to that anime movie there, so looking forward to seeing that there, too, so... The next honorable mention will be The Wind Rises, which is possibly the final film made by one of the most legendary anime movie film studios of all time, Studio Ghibli. There, they made some of some of the best anime films of all time, and they're one of the studios that helped put anime out there, the mainstream there. My favorite film for them being Spirited Away. And The Wind Rises there, a really strong filler by, and I do hope they eventually come back there, and Hayao Miyazaki there, this was supposed to be his final film. Now, granted, I did hear that it'll come out retirement 3 years after the film was released there. He is working on a new animated film there, but I haven't heard much about Studio Ghibli there, but... if this really is going to be their final anime filler, I do highly recommend you all check out there. Definitely some of their best work. Make sure to check out Wind Rises there. And, speaking of, movies from anime there that help put, the anime industry into the mainstream there, introduce it to a worldwide audience there. My final honorable mention is Akira. Everyone, Akira, a lot of anime fans are familiar with Akira. It was one of the movies that helped, one of the movies that helped, bring anime to the mainstream, stuff like that there. And a lot of people have credited one of the greatest anime movies of all time. It's not hard to see why there. A great animation, for a film, the film was made back in 1988. The animation still holds up to this day there. And, really engaging story and characters and stuff like that there and, sorry, what I had a little something to throw there. Sorry about everyone, but, I really enjoy Akira. I definitely see why people hold it as one of the greatest anime films of all time. I do highly recommend you all check out Akira if you have the chance there, everybody. So, it is, and, it is definitely a classic when it comes to anime there, everybody. So, anyways, everyone, that concludes the honorable mentions, everyone. Now it's time to get into the official year-by-year breakdown of the best of the 2010s, everybody. So, we're going to go ahead and start with the year 2010, everyone. And 2000 year was a fantastic start to the decade, everybody. We had a bunch of really good and great animated movies that came out during the beginning of the decade, everyone. But for me, everyone, if I had to choose the overall best one, I ultimately ended up giving it to Toy Story 3, everyone. I mean, I talked about this a bit back in my Toy Story 4 review, everybody. But Toy Story 3, I thought was a fantastic movie. I thought it was a fantastic ending to the to the Toy Story franchise there, and it's arguably my favorite Pixar film of all time there, They just hit all the right points with the film, everybody, and I can't, well, 2010 was a really great start to think everyone, for me personally, I have to give the overall best of that year to Toy Story 3 there, everybody, part of it was nostalgia there, but still very, very great, it's still a very great film in its own right, with great animation, great characters, a lot of humorous, emotional moments in the film there, everybody. Everybody, all check out Toy Story 3 if you have not seen it yet there. Of course, check out the first two first, since you'll get yourself caught up, but nevertheless, overall best for 2010 for me goes to Toy Story 3, everybody. As for the runner-ups, everybody, the first one, well, I'm giving to the first How to Train Your Dragon movie, everybody, and while I still, I don't still enjoy Toy Story 3 more than everybody. I remember really enjoying the first How to Train Your Dragon movie, everybody, and that was I have a lot of respect for the film because it kicked off arguably the best trilogy of films that DreamWorks has worked on today, everybody, which, my potential spoilers for the list, everybody, but I'll get to that when I get to it. But nevertheless, everybody, if you all haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon there, make sure you check out the film there, it's a great movie, and my other runner-up for the year 2010, we'll have to go with Tingle, everybody. And while Tingle may not be, I enjoyed Tingle, everybody, may not be my overall favorite film from Disney this past decade, everybody, I still think it's a really solid film, everybody, and I have a lot of respect for, Tingle, everybody, because, I remember hearing at the time there that, apparently this was going to be, now, I could be wrong, but I remember ended up hearing some hearsay there that apparently this was going to be the final animated movie or the last Disney princess-related movie Disney was going to be working on there and stuff like that there, So they felt like they were not doing, well with the formula there and stuff like that there, and stuff like that. But then Tingle became a big hit at the box office there, and proved Disney wrong there. So Disney still, they still got it and stuff like that there, Plus, Tingle's still a really good film. It's all right there with enjoyable storyline and characters and stuff like that, everybody. And make sure you check out Tingle, everybody. So, anyway, now we move on to the year 2011, everybody. 2011 there, it kept the momentum going from 2010, everybody, and it was similar to another really good year for animated films, everybody. But for overall best in 2011, everybody, of the years that out of the movies that were released that year, everybody, for year 2011, everybody probably have to give it to Kung Fu Panda 2, everybody. Similar to How to Train Your Dragon, and probably some of DreamWorks' best work there, Plus, I really enjoyed the first Kung Fu Panda, movie, everybody, and but Kung Fu Panda 2 was one of those movies, one of those rare category the sequel in the movies there where the sequel is better than the original there, they really stepped up their game with Kung Fu Panda. I felt DreamWorks really stepped up their game with Kung Fu Panda 2, everybody, really elevated, a story for the franchise, stuff like that there, it's a really great film. However, may all check out Kung Fu Panda 2 there, like I said, it's my pick for overall best movie that came out in the year 2011, everybody, for animated movies. As for the runner-ups, everyone, the first runner-up I'll have to give to Rio, everybody. Anyway, I remember really enjoying the first Rio movie whenever it came out in theaters, everybody, and I was just really caught up in the with how how well the animation was done there, and really enjoyed the characters and the overall story and stuff like that for the movie. Everybody and Rio, may not be the same for other people. Everybody, but Rio, for me personally, probably in the running for my favorite film from Blue Sky Studios. Everybody, although there are a couple other movies from Blue Sky Studios that came out this decade that probably the right as well there. So, but Rio's a really great film. Everybody, I recommend you all check out if you haven't seen it yet. As for the honorable mention, everybody, sorry, one brain fart. As for the second runner-up, everybody, my other runner-up for the year for films that were released in the year 2011, everybody will have to go with The Adventures of Tintin. Everybody, and everybody, I've heard there were people, dog on films that use stop motion animation, stuff like that. There, that was not that well good, but Adventures of Tintin was definitely an exception there. The animation, was really good for that film, everybody. Plus, it was being made by, Peter Jackson and Steven Spielberg, two of the greatest filmmakers of all time there. I think they did a really great job bringing the story of Tintin to the big screen, everybody. Animation was fantastic there. I really enjoyed the characters and the story of the movie there. And like I said, I feel like Tim Burton... Sorry, I'm a bad brain for it. I felt like Peter Jackson and Steven Spielberg did a great job bringing the story Tintin to the big screen there. However, may you all check out Adventure of Tintin there. So, anyway, now we move on to the year 2012, everybody. And another really good year for animated films, everybody. For me, everybody, if I ended up giving the overall best for the year 2012 to Wreck-It Ralph, everybody. And part of it's due to me being a big fan of video games, everybody, but all the video game related stuff that was in the film. But even and all that stuff, it's still a really great film. It's all right there, really enjoyed Ralph as a character development that he had in the film, everybody, and enjoyed his relationship with Penelope, and of course really enjoyed the other characters like Ralph as well. There, overall great movie there, And my favorite, for me, my personal favorite film that came out, in terms of animated films for the year 2012, everybody. As for runner-ups, everybody, first runner-up I decided to give to Rise of the Guardians, everyone. Anyway, Rise of the Guardians, my personal opinion, probably one of the more underrated films that was released this decade, everybody. I thought DreamWorks did a really good job with the concept of kind of have the holiday icons come together like the Avengers style there. They had Santa Claus, Jack Frost, Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny and Sandman there. Come together there, If it's the Boogeyman there, I think they really did a really good job with the concept there, Really enjoyed the story and the characters of the film, everybody, Definitely one of the more underrated films that was released this past decade, everybody. I highly recommend you all check out Rise of the Guardians if you haven't seen it yet. And my other honorable mention one what? Sorry, what if I keep getting honorable mention runner-up mixed up. But anyways, my second runner-up for animated films that was released this past decade for the year 2012 would have to go to Madagascar 3 by. And I really enjoyed the first two Madagascar films there, and I felt like the series got better as it kept going. I thought, Madagascar was a really great way to conclude the series there, and I remember having a lot of fun. I remember had a lot of, laughing a lot in the film. Everybody, well, up there is one of the funniest films from DreamWorks. My own personal opinion. Everybody, definitely on par with the first two in terms of comedy there, everybody. So, of course, I enjoyed the story and the characters as well, everybody. So, if y'all haven't seen Madagascar 3 or the other Madagascar films, I do recommend y'all check all three movies out there. So, anyway, now we go on to the year 2013, everyone, and everyone, from what I've been hearing from people there, I remember looking back from hearing from people there, 2013 was probably the 1 year that was weak in terms of animated films, everybody, but in terms of releases, stuff like that there, You know, we still had some really good films that came out in 2013, which I'll be getting to here in a bit. But I can understand why people, I can understand why people, were feeling that way there because, we did have, different films there that, that were not on par in terms of the quality we got in the past, previous years when it comes to animated films there by, we got in 2010, 2011, 2012 there. But like I said, we still got some really great films that came out in the year 2013 here by, and as for the overall best or whatnot, some of you might get annoyed replay here, since I've heard some people say this is one of the more overrated films that was released this past decade there, which, that's your opinion there. Others there, this should be a no-brainer for the year, for films that was released in the year 2013 here by, it goes to Frozen by, now, everyone, earlier, I brought up the honorable mentions are by, I've heard people credit, as Princess and the Frog started the new Renaissance era for Disney there, but Frozen, definitely the film that definitely skyrocketed there, and definitely showed people that Disney still had what it takes to make banger animated films there. Make really great animated films and stuff like that there by, Disney did a really good job with the story and the characters film, great mixture of emotional and funny moments in the film there by, of course, the music was great as well. So the best, Disney-related, so the best music from Disney musical film everybody. And of course, the animation was fantastic, everybody. So definitely recommend you all check out Frozen if you haven't seen it yet there. And as for the runner-ups, everybody, the first runner-ups I decided to give for the year 2013 to Despicable Me 2 there, everybody, and this past thing, everybody, we also see the rise. This past thing, we see the rise of Illumination, everybody, and they became a really big hit with the box office stuff like that there. But people were like, they felt like their films were average and stuff like that there, And while I still have enjoyment for the Illumination films I've seen there, I will say that, compared to the other films released this past thing there, well, they were not as good, in my personal opinion there, They were not as good as some of the other films that were released this past decade there. But that being said, though, Despicable Me 2, I really enjoyed Despicable Me 2, everybody. I found it very entertaining. I was very entertained. Had a lot of funny moments in the times laughing during watching the movie there, everybody. Enjoy the story, the characters, film as well. And if I had to pick probably my favorite Illumination film there, Despicable Me 2 there, and similar to Kung Fu Panda 2 there, everybody. I feel like, Despicable Me 2 was, goes that category of sequels that was better than the original film, everybody. So, y'all haven't seen Despicable Me 2 there yet. I do recommend y'all check it out there and give it a watch there. So, as for the other honorable mention, everybody, I decided to give it to Epic, everybody. Similar to Rise of the Guardians, everybody, underrated film. All personal opinion, everybody. I really enjoyed Epic when I saw it in theaters there, but I thought they did a really good job with the concept there, the concept of the storyline, really did a job with the story there, and I really enjoyed the characters and the world build and stuff like that there for the film, And so, if y'all haven't seen Epic there, I do recommend you check it out there. Show some love to Blue Sky Studios with that film there, everybody, so, sorry why I popped neck there momentarily. And that concludes 2013, everyone. Now, we're moving on to year 2014, which picked things back up from, 2013 after people felt like it was a mediocre year for animated films, everybody. And we got, really good, a lot of really good films that came out, during 2014, everybody. Because animated really films, everybody. And everyone, it was really hard for me to pick, which one, was the overall best. I feel like it was the overall best out of the three movies that narrowed down to. It was still a hard choice. 2014 was definitely one of the best years this past decade when it came to animated films, everybody. But in the end, everyone, I decided to give the overall best out of the year 24 of the animated movies that came out in 2014, everybody. How to Train Your Dragon 2, everyone, and similar to how And similar to my stuff about Kung Fu Panda 2 and Despicable Me 2, everybody, definitely one of those sequels there that, definitely one of those sequels there, everybody, that, felt like was, better than the original and stuff like that there, everybody. But, it was just an overall great follow-up to what DreamWorks did in the first film, everybody, it allowed world building there, more development for the characters there, good balance between action and comedic moments of the film and motion as well, and of course, everybody, How to Train Your Dragon 2 probably had the most emotional moment of the franchise there, after seeing Hiccup's dad die and stuff like that there, they're fighting Drago and stuff like that, and his dragons and the people he had for his thing there, so that was one of the most emotional moments that happened, not just for anime films, but in films that happened this past decade, my own personal opinion, by, of course, Extra Impact 2, after they finally died with, Hiccup's mom there, which, she had a great introduction. I thought her character was great in the film, everybody, like a great addition to the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, everybody, so. And it's an overall fantastic film. I highly recommend you all check out How to Train Your Dragon 2 whenever you get a chance if you haven't seen it yet there. Anyway, as for the runner-ups, everybody, the first runner-up, everybody, I decided to give to Big Hero 6, everybody. If those of you who know me personally, I'm a big fan of superheroes, everybody, and when I heard Disney was doing a superhero movie, Big Hero 6, I was excited to see what they were going to do. I thought they did a really great job, with Big Hero 6 there, introduction of the characters there, and similar to How to Train Your Dragon there, a great balance between action and comedy and emotional moments of the film as well there, really enjoyed the relationship between Baymax and Hero and the other characters of the film there, felt like they developed over time as a team there, so, if y'all haven't seen Big Hero 6, I highly recommend you all check it out there. Definitely set the bar there for the potential for animated superhero movies, everybody, which we surprisingly haven't gotten too many release out in theaters, everybody. It wasn't granted, we did get some in the past there, but I'm surprised, not too many studios have, explored, try to do animated superhero movies, everybody, but Big Hero 6 definitely, set a new bar there for the potential for superhero animated movies, everybody, so you all check out Big Hero 6 if you haven't seen it yet. Anyway, as for the last honorable mention, everybody, the last word up, what, brain fart. I got stuff to do that. As for the final runner-up, everybody, for the year 2014 one, I give it to the Lego Movie, everybody. The Lego Movie's definitely gotta go down as one of those films that was surprisingly good films of the decade, everybody. Not just for animated films, but films in general there, because I honestly did not know what to expect. Me and a lot of other moviegoers did not know what to expect when it came to Lego Movie there, but what we saw there was very impressive there. Really enjoyed the characters of the film there, and the story overall. It was cool seeing, even if it was Lego format there, see all the different characters, for different franchises interacting with one another, stuff like that there on the big screen. DreamWorks did a really good job bringing, the concept of Legos to the big screen, stuff like that there, And, of course, there was, the Lego Movie there, everybody, definitely one of those films that I have personal opinion that were, when it comes to animation, everybody definitely set a new bar, and kind of a game changer for, how animation can be done as an art form there, because, so I'm gonna be honest here. What I thought when Lego Movie was first released, or I thought DreamWorks. I went brain for it. I thought Warner Brothers was doing a mixture of stop motion 3D animation with the movie, but no, that was not the case there. They did the Lego Movie completely in 3D there, except for the live action bits they did there. But aside from that, the animation portion, they did all in 3D there. Definitely set a new standard, of how well animation can be done in a 3D aspect there, everybody. So, If y'all haven't seen the Lego movie there, by highly recommend y'all check it out there. It's a fantastic film. And we're on the halfway mark now of the, well, we're on the halfway mark, a little bit past it there, the halfway mark of running down the films here for the decade, about the rest of the 2010s decade, everybody comes to anime films everybody, as we're now reaching to the year 2015, everybody, and 2015 was another really good year for animated films, everybody, but at the end of the day, everyone, I decided to give the overall best, film that came out this year, that came out, in 2015 to Inside Out, everyone, everyone, the first half of the 2010s, everybody, Pixar, aside from Toy Story 3, well, after Fantastic started thinking of Toy Story 3 there, but after Toy Story 3, though, they kind of were dropping in terms of quality there. Not that the films that they were releasing were bad per se there, but they were necessarily the bangers that they, the critical hits that they were back, when they were releasing films back in the 2000s era, stuff like that, 2000s decade, everybody, but Inside Out brought Pixar out that slump there and showed people that Pixar still got it. They still be very creative there, stuff like that there, I really enjoyed the storyline, the characters there, a lot of funny, emotional moments of the film there, I thought Pixar did a really good job with the concept of having a film based on emotions, everybody. Now, some people said that they are not the first to do it, have a movie based on, emotions or have things inside the human body take on those children that, but I think that's really stretched in terms of comparing the two films, everybody. I said, Pixar did a really good job with the film there by, the concept of having a film based on emotions there by, so I really enjoyed the characters there and the story, a great mixture of emotional and funny moments there, definitely had that Pixar touch to everybody, and similar to Toy Story 3, I brought Toy Story 3, everyone, Inside Out is definitely a strong contender for arguably my favorite Pixar film of all time there, everybody, so, I recommend y'all check out Inside Out if you haven't seen it yet there. It's a fantastic movie. Anyway, as for the runner-ups, the first runner-up I'm going to give it to the Peanuts movie, everybody. And everyone, similar to Rio 2, this is the first Rio, everybody. This is a strong contender for my favorite Blue Sky Studios film, everybody. I remember watching, the different Peanuts specials, from VHS tapes my parents had, and also the TV special that came on TV there, And I thought Blue Sky did a fantastic job bringing the Peanuts characters to the big screen there. Did a great job with animation. The characters overall there, And definitely one of those films that definitely paid respect to the source material there, everybody. So if y'all haven't seen the Peanuts movie, I highly recommend y'all check it out there. It's a great film there. And everyone, the second runner-up for the year 2015 when I decided to give to Shaun the Sheep, everybody. And similar to Lego movie, everybody. It was I didn't really know what to expect from Shaun the Sheep, the movie there, everybody, but I was pleasantly surprised at what I saw there. Now, granted, I enjoyed Lego Movie more than Shaun the Sheep, everybody, but nevertheless, but I still really enjoyed Shaun the Sheep, everybody, and it's for the same people that made the Wallace and Gromit, so it's from the same studio that made Wallace and Gromit there, everybody. So all fans of Wallace and Gromit, I think you'll really enjoy Shaun the Sheep, everybody. One of the more lighthearted films that came out this past thing, everybody. So I highly recommend you all check out Shaun the Sheep, everybody. Yeah, give it a chance and see if you like it out there. So I personally really enjoyed Shaun the Sheep, there, everybody. So and now we move on to arguably the strongest year for this past decade when it came to anime films, and that being 2016, everybody. Everyone. I want you to say a lot, everybody, because like I said, for the most part, just about every single year this past season, it was a really solid year for animated films, everybody, but 2016 arguably had the strongest lineup when it came to animated films, everybody. It was really, and similar to 2014, there was really hard for me to narrow down which was, kind of my overall favorite, from the year 2016. I felt like it was the best something like that. But in the end, there was I decided to give the overall best out of the year anime movies that came out in the year 2016 by to Zootopia. There, everyone I said everyone I know I said wasn't gonna do this like countdown, and then I was not gonna be doing like a countdown base for each of the movies on the list here. But if I was doing a countdown format there, Zootopia would definitely be a strong contender for probably my favorite anime film that was released this past year. Disney did a fantastic job with the movie there. A fantastic job with the animation, the characters there, and like I said, with other movies there, really great balance with emotional moments and funny moments of the film as well there. And Zootopia, definitely one of those films there that I feel like, and while there have been other anime movies that came out with the strong message to everybody, I feel like Zootopia there definitely came out there, Zootopia there, everybody those kind of partially why decided to give it the best because it's one of those films there that had a strong message to it there, and about being kind to one another and and being accepting to when there's differences and stuff like that there, not trying to be rude to one another and stuff like that there, in today's society where we've had different people wanting to try to encourage hate and try to start hate mobs for pay reasons, stuff like that there, regardless what your views on different topics are and stuff like that. And there are been people out there that's wanting to spread hate and wanting to cause trouble for everybody there. But Zootopia is one of those films there, one of those films there that reminds people to be kind to one another there, and it's important we should embrace one another there, be kind and respectful to one another there, regardless of who we are and differences we have with what others, differences individuals have there and stuff like that there. So, it definitely plays a part to Zootopia being it's like not just probably my favorite anime film is from the year 2016 one, but definitely a strong contender for probably my favorite film, anime film that came out this past year by. So, plus it's still just a great, fantastic movie all around, everyone. So if y'all haven't seen Zootopia yet, I highly recommend y'all check it out there. Make sure to see Zootopia, show it some love there. So, and as for the runner-ups, everyone, the first runner-up, I'll give it to Kubo with the Two Strings, everyone. And when I previously brought up, Coraline, the Orbital Legends there, strong contender for, one of my favorite stop-motion films of all time there, but Kubo with Two Strings there, definitely another strong contender for that, everybody, Animation Studios did a fantastic job with this film, everybody, make it really engage the story there, Kubo with Two Strings there, and, great balance of action and comedy and emotional moments in the film, everybody. And, similar to what, Lego Movie did with 3D animation by, I feel like Kubo Two Strings was a game changer for what can be capable of with stop motion animation by, some of the things they accomplished in this film with stop motion are absolutely crazy, everybody, One of those films I recommend, check out, showing people there that anime films can be looked at as an art form and stuff like that there, so. If y'all haven't seen Kubo Two Strings there, I recommend y'all check it out there. And the second runner-up for the year 2016, everybody will have to go with Moana, everybody, Moana, I really enjoyed Moana, everybody, really enjoyed, the characters, and the story of the film there, There's another really great film by Disney this past year. Moana is, everybody. So I recommend y'all check out Moana if you haven't seen it yet, everybody. So a really great film by Disney this past year, everybody. So. And now we're going to move on to year 2017, everybody. Which was again another really good year for anime films, everybody. But in the end, everybody, I decided to give the overall best for anime films that came out the year 2017 to Coco, everyone. similar to Inside everyone, definitely definitely show that Pixar still had what it takes to be creative and engaging, films everybody. I thought Pixar did a really good job with the concept, have, film based on Mexican heritage and Day of the Dead and stuff like that there by you know, and, some other Pixar films there by a great mixture of, a humorous and emotional moments of the film, everybody. So I enjoyed the animation, the cast of characters as well, everybody. So I highly recommend you all check out Coco if you haven't seen it yet. They're definitely some of Pixar's best work there. And as for the runner-ups, everybody, I say you give the first runner-up there, everybody, to Captain Underpants, everyone. Everyone, I remember reading some of the Captain Underpants books whenever I was a kid, everybody, and when I saw DreamWorks was making a movie on Captain Underpants, everybody, I was part of me got excited there, so I read the books and stuff like that there, and I thought DreamWorks did a fantastic job, bringing Captain Underpants character in animation format and to the big screen there. And definitely one of the funniest films this past decade, in my own personal opinion there. So if y'all haven't seen Captain Underpants, by Hunger Bay, y'all check it out there. And the second runner-up there, everybody being Lego Batman, everyone. And while I still think the Lego movies better than Lego Batman there, Lego Batman was still a very enjoyable movie, and so right there, a very enjoyable spin-off film there, everybody. It was cool to see all the bunch of different references for the Batman franchise, everybody. I really enjoyed the characters, there were a lot of funny moments in this film, everybody. So if you haven't seen Lego Batman yet, I highly recommend you all check it out there. So and we are starting to wind down here on the best of the 2010s, everybody. As we're now entering the year 2018, everybody. Again, another really good year for animated films, everybody. But in the end, everyone, it's decided to give for movies that came out in the year 2018, the animated films, overall best to Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, everybody. That one part of it is kind of due to, me being a big Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes of all time there. Was one of my favorite superheroes of all time there, And that's why they did a really great job, what they did with the movie there, everybody. I guess, and definitely one of the biggest comebacks for Sony animation, everybody, because keep in mind, everyone, before Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, they released one of the worst animated movies that came out this past decade, everybody, the Emoji Movie, which, you all see me review back in the past, everybody. I found some good things about it. I really necessarily enjoyed that much there, but and then for Sony to come back and release Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, it was definitely probably the biggest comeback for a studio or animation studio there I've seen this past year by Sony. They did a fantastic job, with introduce bringing the different characters for the Spider-Verse there for Miles Morales and Peter Parker and other Spider-Man Noir there and other Spider-Man other characters of the Spider-Verse there, bring them in and have them team up and stuff like that there, Plus, I really enjoyed the story, everybody, and again, some other films are a great mixture of action, comedy, and emotional moments in the film, everybody, And I felt like this, and I did say earlier that Big Hero 6, so kind of set the bar for, the standard for superhero movies, for the potential of superhero anime movies, everybody. I feel like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse definitely raised that bar more, everybody. So they did a fantastic job with the animation there, I said the overall story of the film by so yeah, they can and definitely feel like people can learn from this film there how well not just animated films and superhero films can be done in general, everybody. So if y'all haven't seen Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, I recommend you all check it out there. It's a fantastic film, definitely the best film Sony animation studio released there. So and definitely a breath of fresh air to get the massive stakery of poop that was caused by the Emoji Movie, everybody. Anyways, for the runner-ups, everybody, the first runner-up, everyone, I'm giving to The Incredibles 2, everyone. Everyone, I remember seeing the first Incredibles, everybody, I really enjoy my favorite Pixar films. They're one of my favorite superhero-based films, everybody, yeah, definitely, one of those films that definitely, show the potential for animated superhero movies, everybody, back in 2000, everyone. But, as you all know, we've waited a very, very, very long time for Incredibles 2 there, and I feel like, Pixar did not disappoint there. I really enjoy Incredibles 2, everyone, and while I still do think the first one's slightly better than the second movie, everybody, for a film that's been having people waiting for a very long time there, I thought Pixar delivered there, definitely for the most part, the film that's behind there. Acres I have are minor nitpicks, everybody. Still is a overall great film, everybody. A great follow-up to the Incredibles, everyone. I already made y'all check out Incredibles 2 if you haven't seen it yet there, so you won't be disappointed. And as for the second runner-up, everybody, I'm going to give it to Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet there, and while I will say I did not enjoy this film as much as the first Wreck-It Ralph, everybody, I still had a lot of fun watching Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet there, it definitely did something different compared to the original film there, having Ralph and Penelope to explore the different parts of the internet and stuff like that there. I thought for the most part they did a really good job of the concept there, everybody, It was cool seeing the different character interactions there, not just video game, but also other properties Disney has, not just the video game characters that, video game parties, great to show up in this film, but also the different characters that Disney owned, franchise Disney owned and stuff like that there, I still found this film a really enjoyable film, everybody. Still a good follow-up to Wreck-It Ralph, everybody. So, if y'all haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph 2, Wreck-It Breaks here, that recommend y'all check it out there. So, everyone, before I get into 2019, everybody, I've heard some people, say that Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks here, it's one of the worst animated films of all of this past decade there, and I just, everyone, look, I said I still enjoy the first film more than the second one better, but if y'all didn't like the film, that's your opinion, but if some of y'all out there are really going to compare this movie to some of the other terrible anime films we've had this past year, like the Emoji Movie, Food Fight, Where the Dead Go to Die, and also Norm of the North there, and the other really crappy animated films we had this past decade there, then I'm sorry, but y'all lost your minds. Because, Wreck-It Ralph 2 looks like a masterpiece compared to those piles of garbage there, so everyone, I just had to get that little bit right out of the way there, buddy. But anyways, anyway, now on to the final portion of this video, everyone, and that is the overall best in 2019, everybody. Everyone, while 2019 overall was not as good, not as solid as other anime films, I still think it was not as good as other years in the film. I still think it was still a good year. I thought it was a good way to close out the decade by for otherwise overall great year, and great decade for animated films, everybody. And as for overall best one, I decided to give it How to Train Dragon 3, everyone. And while I don't think it's as good as How to Train Dragon 2, I still really enjoy this movie, everybody, and it's still a really good follow-up to the second and first films, everybody. I thought it was a great conclusion to, to the How to Train Dragon series, everybody. It definitely had the same feel as the other films, everybody, so hey. A great conclusion to arguably the best trilogy of films DreamWorks has produced to date there, the How to Train Dragon series, everybody. So if y'all haven't seen How to Train Dragon 3 yet, or How to Train Dragon films, I highly recommend y'all check them out there. So some of the best work DreamWorks has done there. So in my own personal opinion, everybody. As for the runner-ups, everybody, the first runner-up, everybody, is Toy Story 4 there by everyone, I said my review, but I already reviewed the film, so I'll keep my thoughts on the film just, short and sweet to the point. I still think, I still enjoy Toy Story 3, more than, Toy Story 4 there, But with that being said, Toy Story 4 is still an enjoyable film. It's all right there, Still, for a film I honestly did, I had some concerns about there. I feel like for the most part, Pixar did a really good job, following things up from Toy Story 3 there, I still think it's a good conclusion to the Toy Story franchise. Plus, it was nice seeing some of the old characters interact with one another there, I see Bo Peep and Woody reunite, after being apart for a long time there and stuff like that there, Also, the new cast of characters were very enjoyable everybody, so, I said, I still think 3 was a better conclusion overall for the franchise, everybody. I still think Pixar did a really good job at concluding the series, Toy Story 4 there, or at least I hope it's the last one, because if they pump out a 5th one, then at that point, they'd be, literally, cash, trying to get whatever cash they have left of the series, stuff like that, everybody, but nevertheless, y'all haven't seen Toy Story 4 yet, recommend you check it out, everyone. Still a really good film, it's all right there, It's like I said, still prefer Toy Story 3, but still a really good film, it's all right, still a good conclusion to the Toy Story franchise, everybody, so. And as for the final runner-up, second runner-up, everybody, and the final film I'll be mentioning by, I'll be mentioning on this list, everybody. The second runner-up for the year 2019 will be Frozen 2, everyone. A similar Wreck-It Ralph to everybody. I don't think it's as good as the first film, everyone. I still think, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen 2 did a really good job following up, the previous film there, I still had a lot of fun watching the movie, everybody, still had the same, it still, felt like Frozen, everybody, and, a good mixture of emotional moments and funny moments in the film, everybody, So if y'all enjoyed the first Frozen film, everybody, do recommend y'all check out Frozen 2, Do recommend y'all check out Frozen 2 as well, everybody, so, you haven't seen it yet, so. Anyways, everyone, that officially concludes part 1 of, the best of the 2010s, everybody, with the animated films, everybody, sorry, it was a little late there, everyone, but I did cover a lot of films in this video, everybody, so, those of you who are patient with me, I thank you all for watching the, video here, everybody, if you all enjoyed it there, comment down below, let me know what are some of your favorite animated films this past decade, everybody, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe and stuff like that there. And everyone, that's for the next part of the series of this mini-series. I will be going over the best live-action movies of the best of 2010s. Everybody, I will be going over the live-action movies. Everybody, so make sure you all stay tuned for that. And as for the next video overall, everybody, I'm not sure, but either be a movie review I'll be playing, do everybody, or maybe start doing action figure related videos. Everybody, like it brought up here a little earlier on this video one. Nevertheless, make sure to see y'all stay tuned for the other videos I'll have planned here for YouTube, Facebook, and everybody. Be able to do this video, everybody. Till next time, this is Hardbank sign out. Peace.